Next, we have Winston Chen, Green Balance. Green Balance by Winston Chen.
We, as a human race, we have come so far on this planet since the beginning, since we first evolved into the modern man tens of thousands of years ago. And it's evident right now. Rather than walking barefoot in the dirt paths, scavenging for various forms of kindle to start fires with on the ground floor, on the ground, rather than grunting and screaming at each other for communication, rather than throwing our crudely made weapons at other living animals, we are here attending this event in this church. It is also evident in the world which we live in. This church here is an example, right? Architecture and infrastructure, the cars that brought us here today, for its transportation, the education all over the world, arts, sciences, medicine, and the list goes on, just to name a few. But sadly, there's also one particularly serious issue that hadn't quite occurred to us during the boom of the Industrial Revolution in the 1800s. Does anyone know what this issue is? You will find out soon. Guests and parents, honorable judges, and my fellow students of Leaders of Tomorrow, this issue that I'm about to discuss is the issue of green balance and the environment. Now, yes, I can tell this issue may not be the most interesting issue. You would probably pop up in your minds and make you go searching for it the first thing when you go home. But by the end of this, I guarantee that you guys will all know why it's an important issue to recognize and address. When you guys hear the term green balance, for most of you, or if not, then some of you at least, may think of the following terms that come in the media, the headlines, the news, everywhere, such as global warming, the horrible effects of fossil fuels, pollution, waste, such as food waste, inadequate water supplies, and many more, just to name a few. What do all these topics have in common? Well, number one, we as people started them mostly. And second is that these topics, these issues, could very potentially become the face of many different living creatures on Earth, including us. Including us. You've heard stories of those people dying because of cancer, of diabetes, right? Because they eat too much unhealthy food. You've heard those stories of those animals dying from the pollution in the oceans, trapped in those discarded nets. You've heard of those stories, right? Yes, some people have. So, I'm obviously not saying that all these issues will be resolved in the blink of an eye. That's just, if that happened, then I would not be making this speech right now. But rather asking you to reflect on how much green you reflect into your lives, in your current lifestyles. It could be anything simple, such as trying a different mode, a more eco-friendly mode of transportation, such as a bike or a scooter, or even walking, more than using vehicles like cars, which use fuel. Or not buying things that are packaged in plastic as much. Or not sitting on the couch all day, eating junk food and becoming obese. And by the way, those things that make you obese are packaged in materials that end up polluting the Earth's surface most of the time. Because some people are, well, unresponsible. Some people are unresponsible. So, that said, after all that I've expanded upon today, I would strongly encourage each and one of you guys to start taking those green steps forward. And if you already are taking those green steps forward, then go ahead, why not? Take some more green steps forward. Because keep in mind that all of those steps you take combined with other people's steps all over the world, all these steps combined will become the world's step as one forward to a greener world.